Hey tonight we're going to make a potato gratin, also known in French as gratin dauphinoise. Gratin dauphinoise is probably the easiest of the potato gratins. It's just potatoes and dairy basically. So what I'm going to do is peel and slice the potatoes, butter the pan, the little casserole here, and then we're going to make layers. Potatoes, cheese, I use two kinds, Parmesan and Swiss. I have sliced Emmentaler or Swiss cheese. You can also use shredded Gruyere. That would be great, but it's more expensive, so I don't mind using the regular Swiss. You could use Cheddar if you want it to have a different taste. And then our liquid is going to be mostly heavy cream and supplemented with a little milk if we need it. And so step one is going to be to prep our potatoes. I'm just going to peel these down. And after I peel them, I'm going to put them in a bowl of water, and then we can slice them. We've got our potatoes peeled over here, so now I'm going to make our liquid. I'm going to take my heavy cream, and again, this one's kind of to taste. I mean, I like it very creamy, so I'm going to put a pint of heavy cream and a little bit of whole milk. You could do 50-50, you could do whole milk only. It's kind of up to your tolerance for, I'm just going to put about half a pint in there. We're not going to use all of this. And I'm going to put in 2 tablespoons of our butter. And I like, as you've probably noticed, a lot of garlic. I'm going to put in 4 cloves of garlic that I've smashed and chopped. And I'm just going to put this on the stove and bring it to a simmer. Okay, while our cream and milk and garlic is simmering on the stove, I am going to butter our baking pan. And then we're going to slice the potatoes. You could do it with just a knife, which is the simplest thing. I have a little mandolin, a $20 ceramic bladed mandolin, which has a 3mm setting, so I'm going to get some nice thin slices. I'm going to use that just to save time. Next step, slicing the potatoes. Obviously, you could just use a knife and cut thin slices like this. Somewhat time consuming, but perfectly fine. I am going to use my little handy dandy mandolin with the 3mm setting and make short work of these. I'm using a clean tea towel to catch them, just to get rid of some of the excess moisture. I kept them in a bowl of water just so that they wouldn't oxidize and go brown on me. Obviously, when you get down to the end of anything that you're slicing on a mandolin, you should use the little safety guard, which usually works pretty well. There we go. Spread these out to get rid of that excess moisture I was talking about. I'll flatten this both sides out on this one. And then I should see how we can use this. There we go. Perfect. Now that I got our potatoes sliced, it's time for the first layer in our gratin bowl here. So I'm just going to make a layer, probably 2 or 3 layers thick. So it'll be like this, like 2 layers of these skinny 3mm potatoes. And then as soon as we do that, we will give it a layer of cheese. So I'm going to put the slices of Swiss. You could, as I told you, you could put grated Gruyere or Cheddar or Appenzell, whatever good melting cheese you like. You could even use like a Fontina. That would be good. Okay, so I got my layer in there. Now I'm just going to put, in this scenario, 2 slices of my Swiss cheese, and then just a little, maybe a tablespoon or so of the Parmesan. And then we'll continue making layers. Alright, we're right at the end of the prep, so I've got our heated up cream, milk, and I threw in a couple tablespoons of the butter. I'm just going to like fill in the spaces basically. I've had this simmering for a few minutes, and don't forget it's got the garlic in there. It's about 1.5 pints. If you see you don't have enough to bring the liquid level up high enough, I think this is just going to be about enough here. Yeah, there we go. You can just see the liquid there. That's perfect. Ooh, there's some garlic bits in there. I don't want to lose those, so I'm going to just scrape them out gently. Put them in there. And then I'm going to put one little final layer. I ran out of my slices of Swiss, so you can definitely improvise and mix cheeses. So I'm going to put some shredded cheddar on here for the very top. Can't have too much cheese in a potato gratin, that's what I say. And then just finish it with another, maybe 1 or 2 tablespoons of the Parmesan. Got a preheated 400-degree oven, just on bake, not on broil. I'm going to stick this in there for about 45 minutes, and then we'll check it. It should be done. We're going to test it with a knife. If a knife goes into the potatoes, they're done. We've had our potato gratin, or in French, gratin dauphinoise, in the oven for 45 minutes at 400 degrees, and you can see the knife goes straight through the potatoes. Still bubbling. Going to take it out, leave it to rest for at least 15-20 minutes. You'll see it'll start to, like, the cream and the cheese will start to solidify. We have a nice brown cover. So we've cooked our potato gratin dauphinoise, for about 45 minutes at 400 degrees. And now we let it rest for about 20 minutes. And to serve it, just cut it, put it on the plate, and then a little bit of salt, a little bit of fresh ground pepper, and nutmeg if you have it. Fresh ground nutmeg. There you have it. Potato gratin dauphinoise.